to get hold of this Richardson Kelly because it looks like that he's banning and blocking everybody from Straightway, which I'm going to address that in that debate too.
And we have to give honor where honor is due and respect is due. And this award is well deserved. Hebrew Man of the Year, Pastor Charles Dowell. Amen.
The guy I'm supposed to be debating has banned me and blocked me on Facebook. He has banned and blocked Elder Rufus. And I guess the only means of communication I have is with Michael Israel. I just don't understand these type of feminine traits and these feminine attitudes in these men today. I just don't get it. Apparently he's done banned me or blocked me because I can't get in touch with, I can't communicate with him. So I'm going to have to use my brother Michael Israel to try to set this debate up. And I hope he doesn't crawdad on me and get out of it. Because, the sole purpose of this debate right here is to let truth reign. And I think I allegedly got a viable and formidable foe. And I may even let Elias, if he can get off from work, I ain't been let Elias, my little son in the faith that I bought up. He's 21 years old. I may even let him hand his ass to him. John Calvin ain't even got a book in the scriptures. And you ask me what I think about John Calvin. John Calvin, as far as I'm concerned, to hell with him. He don't mean shit to me. Not a damn thing. And then I found out the other day that he said his wife was an elder. Can y'all imagine that? A woman elder. A woman elder. You can't make this stuff up. These people are pagan, masquerading Hebrew Israelites, Christians. That's what they are. I hope he don't back out. I hope he don't back out. Because I'm going to be unmerciful on him. Totally unmerciful. I mean, I am going to light him up. Game over. And you know what? It's game over for you, Richardson Kelly. And bring your elder wife up in there. Bring her, and I hope that she don't get out of pocket too. Because she get out of pocket, I'm going to show y'all how to put her in pocket. And I'm going to put you in pocket too. Apparently he got a little upset and said, unless I recant. That's what he told Brother Israel. And I got a bunch of text messages here. Every single thing I'm talking about, I got the proof sitting right here on this phone.
Now I'm going to give proper clarity as to why I chose not to debate Dowell. I'm going to fully expose why Dowell chose to go way over the top with his insults about me and my wife. I'm going to prove to you that Dowell really didn't want to have the polygamy debate. Here's a quote from Dowell. Pastor Kelly Richardson ducked out of the debate due to fear and knowing he can't win. Dowell stated that he has the text messages to prove why I chose not to move forward with the debate with him. So let's go to the actual text messages. Let's see if the text messages actually support his statements. Keep in mind, so far I proved Dowell's words hold no weight. This is the supposed Facebook post I made on August 21st, 2019 that supposedly caused an uproar at Straightway. I actually saw a video teaching of someone using a divided Israel to justify polygamy. That person actually believes Yah is married to two Israels. Apparently, this person truly don't understand the book of Hosea. A united Israel is the bride. The divided nation is the children in which judgment have come to them. Start with learning the meaning of the name Hosea. There was always one Jacob whose name was changed to Israel. So my question to you, the jury, Did this warrant the nasty behaviors we witnessed from Pastor Dowell and Michael Israel? Did this post justify the behavior displayed by someone who functioned in the office of a pastor? Let's go to the actual text messages to see if what Pastor Dowell portrayed falls in alignment with the actual text messages he mentioned. What you see on your screen is a snapshot of my AT&T online call log for my cell phone. For the sake of confidentiality, I crossed out the 7-digit portion of the number. The first column, or should I say the first two columns, are the date and time, and to the far right is the length of each call, which are the actual minutes. The number listed is Michael Israel's phone number. Starting at the top row is the initial call I made to Michael Israel on September 1st, 2019 at 9:03 p.m. Michael Israel told me that Pastor Dowell would like to have a debate with me in regards to polygamy. My response, I want to hear directly from Dowell. Michael Israel said to me, he'll call me back, and which he did. He called me back at 9:09 p.m. with Elder Rufus on the call. My response, no disrespect to the elder, but I am a pastor, and Pastor Dowell should be able to speak for himself, pastor to pastor. He should be able to speak to me directly. The elder stated that he speaks for Pastor Dowell, and his tone was very disrespectful. And so I hung up on them and called Michael Israel back at 9:43 p.m. and reiterated to Michael Israel that I want to hear directly from Pastor Dowell. If not, the answer is no. So at 9:55 p.m. the same night, Michael Israel called me back with Pastor Dowell. Our discussion lasted for 12 minutes. We discussed the location which Dowell expressed his concern about home court advantage for me if we held the debate in Virginia. However, we did not set any dates. We were looking to have the debate at the beginning of the new year. In our three-way discussion, I reiterated that I didn't want to label this as a debate, but as a discussion because of the negative connotation that comes with the word debate. I made it clear in our discussion that I did not want us to speak for extended blocks of time, and that I wanted us to be able to engage each other directly in the form of a discussion. In the end, we agreed to remain completely silent and table the planning for this event until after the holy days. Needless to say, Dowell broke that agreement. On September 2nd, 2019, I sent Michael Israel the following text message. After giving it some thought and watching this video again and listening to the jabs yesterday, call it a debate. I'll travel to where he is. I'd rather do it in a place that would allow all of Straightway, which includes the women, to be there. I'm bringing 5 smooth stones. No more talk. On September 6, 2019, I sent another follow-up text message to Michael Israel wanting to solidify a date and location close to Straightway. I called you this morning, but you were doing your live. Nevertheless, let's solidify a date and location close to Straightway. Now, does this sound like someone who's trying to avoid a debate? Does this sound like someone who is backing down from Dowell? Michael Israel stated, okay, I will set it up. So my question to everyone that's watching this presentation, is it a coincidence that every derogative video from Dowell and Michael were made after September 2nd, 2019, and more specifically, after September 6th, 2019. Is it a coincidence that you did not hear a peep from Dowell when I made the initial post on August 21st, 2019 on Facebook? For almost 2 weeks, they did not say a single word until after I made it clear that I wanted to bring the discussion to his territory, because he expressed on our call that he did not want to come to Virginia due to me having home court advantage. For 4 days, Dowell and Michael went into complete spin mode to give this impression that I was ducking them. They went into complete spin mode to give this illusion that Pastor Dowell is trying to search me down to have a discussion, when our discussion began on a 3-way conference call on September 1st. So on September 10th, 2019, I decided to pump the brakes on the debate due to them bringing my wife into the discussion. I was still going to have the debate even after the name calling towards me, but they completely went overboard once they brought my wife into the discussion. And so I sent Michael Israel the following message. I'm really disappointed at what's been getting back to me. The layers of disrespectful things said not only about me, but comments about my wife. Nevertheless, I'm not mad, but very disappointed. I never ran, nor have I ever ducked from anyone. The previous text messages says differently. I have been more than respectful to you and to your family. This discussion is supposedly be based on giving clarity. Why the negativity leading up to it? Regardless of the shenanigans, you're still my brother, and I'm grateful for the hospitality of your family towards me a year ago. In July 2019, while I was in Jacksonville, Florida, on company business, Michael Israel and his wife invited me over for dinner, in which they displayed impeccable hospitality. This is why I made an assertive effort to keep things at a respectable level on my end. Michael Israel responded on September 10th, 2019. This is what he says. Are you going to do the debate? My response, initially, I said I would, but then the negative comments and the name calling began to come out. Condition, or should I say conditional. Only if you guys publicly retract the nasty comments, retract what was said about my wife and bringing her into the discussion. If you cannot do that, then absolutely no.
An FBI report from August has recently been discovered identifying Black identity extremists as a terrorist threat. Now, I read through this report and it reads that the FBI assesses it is very likely Black identity extremist, or BIE, perceptions of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement and will very likely serve as justification for such violence. The FBI assess it is very likely this increase began following the August 9th, 2014 shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, and the FBI assesses it is very likely incidents of alleged police abuse against African Americans since then have continued to feed the resurgence in ideologically motivated violent criminal activity within the BIE movement.
Black identity extremists now considered a domestic terror threat by the FBI. The Bureau releasing an explosive new report claiming police officers are being targeted by people who perceive racial injustices. The FBI says the 2014 shooting death of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri spawned the threat against cops. Brown's death also sparking violent riots across the country.
FBI agents arrested Christopher Daniels in his home. The agents took Daniels' firearms and his copy of Negro with Guns by Robert F. Williams. Many speculate that he was arrested because of his political beliefs. People are also raising questions about the recent murder of Black Lives Matter activist Muhayyin Moye in New Orleans. Moye gained national fame when he grabbed a Confederate flag at a South Carolina protest last year. An FBI report leaked in the fall shows that the FBI is targeting so-called Black identity extremists.
Barrett 50 cal.
I have a top secret security clearance. I am a government contractor. I work for myself. My livelihood is connected to everything I do. This is why I block a number of people. Let me give clarity about the top secret security clearance. In being a government contractor, I have my own business in which I have been awarded a contract in which there's certain requirements I have to meet and maintain. Many things can cause a clearance to be revoked, such as who you're associated with, which includes social media sites such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and etc. I have no problem blocking anyone who cannot respect me or are displaying very questionable actions such as Dowell and Michael Israel. Pastor Dowell, Michael Israel, and others went way over the top in their videos with the name calling. When it's all said and done, I have to provide for my family. I'm not losing my livelihood for this type of ignorance. There's a number of more important issues that's worth me sacrificing my livelihood for. But being connected to these guys and others like them is not on the list. So I went on to say this in the text message. Again, retract the name calling, an actual public apology for bringing my wife into the discussion, and the so-called threat of shutting her down should she say anything.
And bring your elder wife up in there. Bring her, and I hope that she don't get out of pocket too. Because she get out of pocket, I'm going to show y'all how to put her in pocket. And I'm going to put you in pocket too.
That was completely disrespectful and very disturbing on a number of levels. Once that's done, we can talk about having the debate. Question: how would you feel if someone said the same comments about your wife and family? You're from Newark. You know what would be said about this type of behavior. Where I'm from, in the streets, Pastor Dowell would be called a coward. He would be called a punk. He would be called a lowlife. Dowell and Michael would be called a P. Diddy. So if the streets would not condone Dowell and Michael's actions, why would some of the people of Yah actually believe this is okay? So on Wednesday, September 11th, 2019, Michael Israel responded, "When do you want to come on the show to end this matter?" My response: after our discussion a week ago on three-way conference call should have ended there, as we agreed to reconvene after the high holy days to come up with dates. I was completely silent, and yet videos being made and messages like these were being sent. I included your name to show proof that I was not ducking Pastor Dowell. Now on your screen you see I was ducking Pastor Dowell, but I'm going to show you shortly here that I corrected that statement with Michael Israel. Here's one of the many disrespectful, ugly messages I received from Dowell's followers. I sent this message to Michael Israel, which Dowell made it clear that he has all the messages, which means he knows this disrespectful guy as well as the others and purposely encourage their disrespectful behavior towards me. These are the messages from a guy by the name of Patriarch Rule. Shalom. Pastor Dowell is waiting for you to contact him about the debate, sir. You need to man up. Quit blocking everybody from Straightway. Take this bleep whipping like a man. You started this thing, now you want to run and hide like a bleep? Contact my pastor and let's get this debate set up so all the world can see and hear the truth. You got one foot in Israel and the other in Christianity. We call somebody like you Christian lights. Quit hiding behind your wife's skirt. There's too much of that going on nowadays. Do we really believe that Hamashiach approve of this type of behavior? Do we actually think that Yahweh condones this nonsense? Do we really believe this? To come up with terms like Christian lights, Christian Hebrews? If I wanted to, I can take this same approach with the behaviors that I see from Dowell, Israel, or Michael rather, and others that's behaving this way. If I want to, I can refer to you guys as Mormon lights. I can refer to you guys as Amish Hebrews. I can refer to you guys with these different connotations, but will that solve the problem? I refuse to stoop to the levels of ignorance, the levels of disrespect that these guys have put on display. So I went on to say to Michael Israel in the next text message, I was disappointed in your live earlier, suggesting that I was the center of the drama with Majors, Ugo, Tony Poe, and etc. When you told me yourself that the issue was not about me. Now here's the message right here that I sent to Michael Israel in regards to the error that I noticed in the text message that I sent. Many of you that have communicated with me recognize this format here, because whenever I make an error, I always correct myself this way. Error. I included your name to show proof that I was ducking. Correction. I included your name to show proof that I wasn't ducking. So I want to make this clear. I corrected this with Michael Israel. So this is a glimpse why I decided to end the debate. Michael Israel's behavior made it clear that he's a terrible moderator and will do anything to promote discourse for the sake of building his YouTube channel. Initially, he was connected to James 1:1 by way of Boom. From there, Hebrew Nations, and from Hebrew Nations to Ron Dalton, Hebrews to Negroes, and now to Pastor Dowell. Here's the disrespectful image Michael Israel posted on my Facebook timeline as well as my Instagram timeline. As I stated before, Pastor Dowell did not want to have a debate because he knew it wasn't going to be good for him. It made him nervous when I made it clear to him that I would come to Straightway by myself and that I don't need an entourage to accompany me. Pastor Dowell's behavior is clearly that of a narcissist sociopath. Notice his behavior before and after I decided to remove myself from the debate. Take a look at these videos.
Guerrilla charges are mostly bluff. At the last moment, the silverback usually will veer off before making contact, and no one gets hurt.
John Calvin ain't even got a book in the scriptures. And you ask me what I think about John Calvin. John Calvin, as far as I'm concerned, to hell with him. He don't mean shit to me. Not a damn thing. And then I found out the other day that he said his wife was an elder. Can y'all imagine that? A woman elder. a woman elder. You can't make this stuff up. Game over. And you know what? It's game over for you, Richardson Kelly. And bring your elder wife up in there. Bring her, and I hope that she don't get out of pocket too, because she get out of pocket, I'm gonna show y'all how to put her in pocket, and I'm gonna put you in pocket too. And with that comes the exposure of a bunch of sissies and a bunch of transgender men masquerading around as Israelites. That's what come with it. So I'm gonna lift up my voice like a trumpet, damn it. Don't run, Richardson Kelly. Put your wife up in front of you. Put your wife up in front of me so I can put her in her place. If you can't put her in place, I damn so can. I'll get one of my sides to put her in her place. And you too. Your wife better not ever, with you and I having a discussion, the one mistake your wife better not ever do is think that she can speak amongst men. And Yah is a man of war. I'm gonna end up getting all his videos taken down because he's using my content without my approval. I just hadn't had time to get to it yet. And so I'm gonna report him and get all this, all that wicked content that he has up there down.